back to my channel. Coach LeBlanc in China. Expat, doing it tough. Doing it tough in a very different culture, very different world. Let me tell you about Chinese New Year and how it affects companies in China. Chinese New Year is that once a year event where so many people want to just get back, have a break, enjoy time with their families. It's a very special celebration in China for families. Typically, Chinese New Year is about 6-7 days. Most companies will need to close for up to 2, 3, sometimes 4 weeks, depending on the type of business they are and the type of people they employ. Because if they employ a lot of migrant workers from other provinces or village areas that have come in to work in their company, these people need a little bit more time to take the journey back to their families. They can travel right across China to go back and forth to visit their family. Sometimes even their wife and their children can be in the village, and they work away on construction or other jobs and don't see their family for a whole year. So it's very important. You may have heard some stories about the migration of also employees, that they don't come back after Chinese New Year. This can be a problem. It has been a problem for many years, maybe the recent 20 years, as China is growing so fast. There's so many opportunities out there, so many new companies starting and other companies growing and expanding, while some companies are not doing so well. So people want to move on and get more opportunity and improve their career, so they will change jobs. Recent years, there's been quite a rapid change in jobs for a lot of young people searching for their dream job. Typically, if they work in factories or similar sort of environment, they will, if they get to the end of the 12 months, end of the year, come December, if they don't get enough bonus, if they haven't had a good year, they will, and they don't see opportunities in the coming year, they'll move. Often they won't even tell the company they're leaving. They will just go on their Chinese New Year break and just won't return. There are stories we haven't experienced yet, but there are stories of companies, and I know some CEOs of other companies that have had big trouble, where they might employ 500, maybe 2,000 people in these factories, and a lot of engineering people, factory people, office people, and also in distribution, logistics and warehousing is booming here in China because of the online nature of shopping and import and export. These people will move around as they improve their lives and they improve their career opportunities. They'll move around. Chinese New Year is a typical time where a lot of people get on the move. There are stories out there of up to 10-15% of the people don't come back. That can be very damaging to your business if you've not planned that in your capacity and you've got massive orders to clear in the early part of the new year. I found we need to do more to retain people, to make the company interesting, to make it more a sociable place, to make it a more comfortable environment. Offer things that maybe other companies are not going to. I'll just give you a few tips today on what I've done, and I think has made a massive difference here to improve the environment, give them something extra special that they won't find very often anywhere else. And also, there's the basic stuff that you have to do just to be competitive in the market as a good place to work. Now, apart from the salary, yep, they've got to have a reasonable salary. I've always tried to pay a bit above bit above the average in the expected salary to try and attract and get good people. So far, that's worked really well, and we very carefully run the numbers every year and look at how things are going for different roles in the company and make sure we keep that number in the right place. Basic amenities have to be provided. Uniforms are given. Some things that don't happen in most companies around the world, most Western countries especially, and back in Australia. Here in China, we have to provide meals. So as a basic requirement, we need to give them lunch. We need to give them meals. Some companies will give them 3 meals a day, and they'll have a canteen set up. We have delivery of meals. There's lots of delivery meal companies that you can pay anywhere from 7 to 15, 16 RMB per meal for a lunchtime meal. I think ours is about 10 or 11 now RMB per meal, and it's pretty good. You get like 2 different types of meat or protein, if you want to call it that, 2 or 3 different veggies and some buns and some rice, and it's reasonably good, reasonably clean, healthy, but it's not an a la carte menu, put it that way. Also, transport in China is a big problem. People can't afford cars, can't afford the fuel costs. Often you have to employ people, good people who are a distance away. Like our factory, we are a little bit out of the main downtown city area because we're in a factory. And if you want to really get good engineering staff or good senior people in your organization, you need to give them transport. That always here and comes in the form of a shuttle bus, what they call the company shuttle. I'll show here some of the different company shuttles. They can be in anything from tiny little minivans up to humongous 60 or 60 person buses. Some of the big companies here, like the train manufacturing site assembly plant where the high-speed trains are made, they have something like 15, maybe more now, 15,000 odd employees in one site, one manufacturing site. They have a fleet of about, I think it's about 600, 700 buses that go all over the cities and have drop points and pick up points where people are required to congregate, so they have less stops, and they have basically they'll bring people in and take people home every day. Disadvantage of that, if you happen to be on the front end of the pickup journey, you could be up at 5:30 in the morning trying to catch that company bus, and you could be the last one to get off when they go home. So you could be you could be getting home at 8:30 at night. But it's a free bus trip. People will sleep on the bus. They're very comfortable. Play with their mobile phones. I've tried to do a few other things here, a little bit different.